Welcome to this class. Let us start talking about how can you get MongoDB set up on your system. So in order to set up, you can go to Google and you can say MongoDB installation on your respective OS. So since we are on Ubuntu, you can say Ubuntu and you can click on this link. So I already have this link open over here. Now, this is what it is going to load, and you can see like the compatibility over here. And if you scroll down over here, you have step-by-step instructions to install. So you need to run all of these commands onto your system and get it installed. But since we have Docker installed, I'm going to try out MongoDB using Docker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to hub.docker.com and I'm going to search for Mongo and I'm going to press enter. Now the moment you search for Mongo over here, you are going to see like this interface. You have a way to filter out like the results. So Docker official image are like official images that are being presented. So you can see over here, if you hover, they are curated set of Docker open source and drop-in solution response repositories. Like MongoDB, you can see you have this official Docker image tag. And it's been updated 4 days ago. And if I click on this, so it has all the details over here regarding this particular image. All right, so you can see all the information here. Here's how you can start this particular like using this image. Here's how you can start a Mongo server instance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to straight away copy this particular command here. I'm going to go to the terminal and I'm going to paste it over here. Now I'm going to make some modifications. So I'm saying sudo docker run. I'm telling Docker to run this particular image over here. And I'm going to give this particular image the name as, so I'll say name is equal to, and I'll call this Mongo example, for example. So this is the name of the container that we are going to run, and I'm going to say, so I'll just remove this part over here. Okay, so I'll make few modifications like so. Okay, and here I'll say Mongo : latest. So I want the latest version of Mongo image to come up. Now I'll need some more information. So along with run, okay, I'll say -d -p. I'll explain what this means, and I'm going to say 27017 : 27017, like so. Okay, I made a typo here. It should be 2. So what this means is, so D flag, so this D flag runs the container in the detach or background mode. All right. Then we have -p, which, so P and this port number. So this is the port number. So what I'm telling is bound the container's port 27017 to 27017 of the host. And here we are specifying the name of the container. So this is the name, and if you don't specify this, you will get an arbitrary name, which is not good. So have a name over here, and you can specify the image over here. Now I'll press enter. So it says unable to find image of Mongo latest locally. So what it's going to do is it is going to fetch this particular image from the remote onto my system. All right. So we'll wait for a while. Depending on your internet connection speed, this might take a few seconds or minutes. So you got to wait. So the processing is done, and you can see over here, this is the container ID that I have got. Now I can check which containers are running. So I can say sudo docker ps. Okay, it's asking me for the password. I'll enter the password, and you can see this particular container with this ID. You can see this ID being shown up over here. So it's not completely shown. Okay, half of that is being cut out, but you can see the names and everything of this particular container over here. Okay, so this is the name of the container, Mongo example. Now what we can do is we can log in to this container, and we can play around with MongoDB. So I can say docker, or let me type in sudo docker exec-it, and I'll say mongo-example bash. So you can see the prompt has changed to root @ something. So which means that I have now logged into my container. Now I can start accessing MongoDB over here. Okay, so I can say mongosh or mongo over here. So mongosh, like so. And you can see with this command mongosh, I have now logged into MongoDB. So you can see like this is my log ID. So this is where I run the command, and this is my log ID. This is the URL or where I've created the connection. Okay, you can see where this particular server instance of MongoDB is running. And you can see this is a version, this is mongosh version, and you can see, so I have logged in. Now I can say db.help, and I can press enter, and you can see a list of all the commands that tell you what you can do with MongoDB. So it gives you everything. Okay, you can create user, logout, drop database, a lot of things. All right. Now if you see the prompt here, you are into test. So test is the default database that you get logged into when you log into MongoDB. So if you want to change the database, you can do that as well. But I'll stay in test over here. I can say db.stats, and I can print some information about the database that I'm on. So this gives you a JSON format, and you can see the database I'm on, the collection this database has, the number of views, objects, and so on. All right, so it gives you some information around this particular database. You can see db.version, and this will give you the version of MongoDB or the database that you are on. So this is how you can set up MongoDB with the help of Docker. All right, if you want to do the installation on your system, you can follow the official website, and installation is pretty straightforward. Like if you are on like Ubuntu, you can follow this particular installation here. You have the installation steps for with all the commands here. You can install on Mac OS as well. So Mac OS installation is also pretty simple. And then you have installation steps here for, so you have installation steps for Docker as well here. And you have installation steps here for Windows as well. All right, so you can follow for Windows if you are willing to have a standalone installation. So that's about MongoDB installation.